Yo, it's me, it's the SCOTT, and it's time to talk about Die Hard with a Vengeance, the third Die Hard film being released in the mid 90s, and the four-time final film in the Die Hard trilogy. Unlike the. So, I discussed that the first film was based on a book. The second film was made as a direct continuation. Die Hard was meant to be a Die Hard film. This one was not meant to be a Die Hard film. It was a different script called Simon Says that they rewrote into a Die Hard film. And at some points you can tell, but that does not really bring this movie down that much because it is one of the better films in the Die Hard franchise. The changes were they had to make the main protagonist John McClane, and Samuel L. Jackson's character Zeus Carver in the original script was a woman, which means that they had to change some things, and I think it's in the second half. Also, I don't think the villain Simon was the same character he was in the original script as he is in the film. So, talk about it. So, John McClane is tasked by this man named Simon to do a task in Harlem, and as he does this, it's a very racist task. He wears a sign that says "I hate N-word," so this attracts Zeus, played by Samuel L. Jackson, to come and confront him. And he's not like mean or angry. He's just trying to figure out what's going on till this gang shows up. And so that's when he is also, because he interfered, Simon wants him to play the game too. And so they're, half of the film is basically they're running around New York, doing these tasks and answering these riddles. And being that the Riddler is one of my favorite Batman villains, up there with the Joker and Scarecrow, I like this part of it. But about halfway through the film or so, it takes a sharp turn, which is, I think, where the script changed, or maybe some of the script changes messed with it. Because we get, after... So what happens is they do this, and then they're sent to a payphone where there's supposed to be a bomb in the garbage, but there's not. Then they're sent somewhere else, a fountain or something, a train, and the train, McClane's able to get a bomb off, but it blows up the structure around it, and McClane goes to deal with the fountain. Now, they're told about a fountain, and they're told to go to Yankee Stadium afterwards. But before they get to the fountain, we are shown the real intent of the villain. First and foremost, after the first couple tasks, the FBI shows up and informs McClane that this Simon is actually Simon Gruber, the older brother, even though the Alan Rickman was older than Jeremy Irons, but of Hans Gruber from the first film, connecting this back to the first film. It's a neat little addition, but I think they threw that in when they were rewriting the script. And so they think he's after revenge. But then there's like, okay, Simon Gruber, he's after revenge. No, he's after money from the Federal Gold Reserve. But he doesn't want to keep that money. He's going to blow it up. But, psych, he wants to keep the money anyway. What? Okay, so what happens is Simon has tricked the cops and McClane somewhat into doing all these tasks as a distraction for him to get the money from the Federal Gold Reserve. Now, this is similar to his brother's action where he set up this hostage negotiation as a cover to get all the valuables in the safe at the bottom of the Nakatomi Tower. But where it's showing us what he was going after took 5 minutes maybe. We got what Hans was going after. This is 10 minutes worth of showing them show up in false IDs, going in, going around, taking a walk, going under, grabbing the gold, doing all this. 10 minutes. And the whole time you were hearing on repeat for 10 minutes. It gets annoying. It really does. And at this point in the film, I'm like, what happened to my movie? It's like it took a stop to show us what the villain are doing. But 10 constant minutes with the same music playing, I want to get back to McClane. I know that it's not important that we know what he's doing anymore, but we get back to McClane and Zeus. And they go to the fountain. There's the thing about the elephant, and then you gotta fill up. Okay, so there's 2 jugs you have to fill up. You have to have exactly 4 gallons. There's a 5-gallon one, and there's a 3-gallon one. You have to have exactly 4 gallons. Fill up the 5-gallon with 4 gallons worth of water and sit it on there. Why are they arguing for 5 minutes or so trying to figure out how to do it? Gotta put this much in this one, this one, this one. Did he, I don't know if I missed it or not, did he specifically say you have to use both? Because in the end, they fill up one with another one. 3 in one, 1 in the other, or something like that. Just put 4 in the 5-gallon, boom, and you got it. No boom, I suppose. And then there's a gag. Oh, we can't leave the bomb. The kids will find it. And then Zeus gives it to these police officers, so of course German's undercover, and then they don't want to leave it because of kids. And this comes into play when they use that same bomb to blow up the dam or something. There's water and McClane, and there's also a thing about the presidents. What is 21 out of 42? That's actually 21 is actually half of 42, so the answer is 21. But that's not what it is. It's presidents. At the time, there were 42 presidents of the United States. 21 would be Chester A. Arthur, and he finds out from this guy in a truck, and yeah. They also mentioned earlier in the film that these trucks were stolen, 14 of them, and then they come back into play. But no one notices that those are the same trucks that were stolen, which I think is bullshit. We get to the end of the film. So, after McClane and Zeus find Simon on his boat, Simon kills his partner, which a lot he did, and then they get attached to the bomb. And, McClane has a headache. Simon throws him aspirin, which doesn't make any sense. And even if you watch it the first time I watched this, I'm like, he thinks he's gonna die. Why is he giving him aspirin? Because that's an important plot element. Yep. Because after they survive, they escape from an arrow explosion that probably should have killed them. Zeus gives McClane a quarter to call his wife Holly, because they're, again, having problems again. And because he's in New York now, and he was in LA and then the second one. And, anyway, so as he's calling Holly, he sees on the bottom that it's from a truck stop. And this is, if you don't know, the original ending to this was different. And I think adding that pill bottle was a way to connect to the ending. So I think the scene where they throw the pill bottle was added in, and then the pill bottle itself leads them to a truck stop where Simon is hanging out. We had this hiding out. We had this big old shootout, helicopter, McClane draws him away, shoots, boom, explosion, like that. A lot of people have criticized this ending. I don't mind it, but I feel like them finding the location due to a fucking pill bottle was a little stupid. The original ending, McClane actually got fired from the force. He divorced from his wife, and he shows up. He finds Gruber, finds Simon. He's got a Christmas present for him, which, yes, would have made this a Christmas movie again. And inside is I think it's a rocket launcher with the sight taken off. So they play a little Russian roulette, spin the thing, and they don't know which side will fire out. It fires out on Gruber, only for McClane to reveal he has a flak vest on, which means he would have survived, most likely. And he says, "Kaye, motherfucker," and that's it. In the climax, we get a bunch of explosions and fires and stuff, and he does say, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker," but would that original ending have been so bad? I think it probably would have been better. It's a little more, Die Hardish. And it would have made this one a Christmas movie. This takes place in the middle of freaking summer. But, yeah. Overall, Die Hard with a Vengeance is pretty good. I just think once it gets to the second half, the movie has a fast pace going in, but the second half, it slows down to show us what the villains are doing, and then fast pace up again afterwards. But overall, I think it's a little bit better than the second one. I think it's better than the second one. I think it's very entertaining. So I'm going to give Die Hard with a Vengeance a 9 out of 10. What are your thoughts on Die Hard with a Vengeance? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.